Iram di ira hanaina ora la aimaia wete irat e aka irliskai engi e ira emegai lissa. Ta irar e aka emve ira, ta emlo eliana ira, iras waite ya ai wete haka ora gai as emlida ara ta emgida era. Ta irlalia ete haka ara e emegai lisiai, irlaila aika at hanaina ira irar e airaiai, have ora la gai waite. Ta irarla ya aimaha edi ira emubaira eigi weteai, la aima irli hasta era, ha aira lo egailis, ha lo egre English ta yussa. Let's get started right away. Ælis has a total of 15 letters. There are 6 vowel sounds and 9 consonantal sounds, 6 of which can carry a diacritic. This makes for a total of 21 sounds for the language. Here is an overview again of all of the sounds found within the Ælis language and the way they are written. A, ae, e, I, o, u, ma, na, la, ka, ga, ta, da, ra, ha, sa, za, pa, ba, fa, va. Each of the letters in the Ælis alphabet has 2 writing forms, which we called the primary case and the secondary case. Primary, secondary. The reason we need this dual writing system is because Ælis has a root word-based approach, and a syllabic writing system fits the language best. For example, the letter A from the primary case with the letter M from the secondary case forms the root word am, which means manner. The ma in the primary case with the A from the secondary case forms ma, which symbolizes everything related to the male gender. The main idea behind Ælis is that small words like these two are put together to form bigger words. The order in which such words are combined is of vital importance. The first word will behave like a noun, while the one behind it will assume the role of adjective or potentially adverb. If we combine am for manner with ma for male, we get amma, manly manner. If we combine egg, meaning language or communication, with Ælis, which means harmony, the combination gives us egailis, harmonious language. If we switch the position of the root words, we get Ælis egg, which means linguistic harmony, or simply poetry. There are often little angular symbols to be found in Ælis. These symbols are one of Ælis's most distinctive features. Pronounced as a, ae, e, I, o, ua, uai, ue, ui, uo, we identified them as number concepts, or lista. Each one of these carries a certain value: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. These liska appear in many different contexts. The exact meaning of the liska can only be understood in such contexts, which means in combination with additional root words. For example, we can use them in combination with the word ka to form proper cardinal numbers. Aka, aika, eka, ika, oka, waka, oaika, ueka, uika, uoka. If we attach one of the gender particles to the liska, ma for male, ni for female, or te for undefined, we get personal pronouns. Aima, aini, aite for the first person singular, ema, eni, ete for the second person singular, and ima, ini, ite for the third person singular. The plurals will employ these liska: uaima, uaini, uaite for the first person plural, uema, ueni, uete for the second person, and uima, uini, uite for the third. An important combination for the liska to make is with the word ra. These combinations constitute a separate group of words called qualifiers. The qualifiers are used as suffixes with other words, and they assign one of 5 possible values to that word. Ara is a value 0, or the lowest value. Aera is a low value, era is a median value, ira is a high value, and ora is the highest value, or total value. If, for example, we attach these qualifiers to the word na, which means quality, we get na ara, terrible, na aera, bad, na era, mediocre, na ira, good, and na ora, splendid or perfect. If we attach them to the word ub, meaning strength or power, we get ub ara, powerless or very weak, ub aera, weak, ub era, mediocre, ubira, strong, and ora, very strong or almighty. Another example is dai, which means brightness, with qualifiers attached. Dai ara, very dark or even pitch black. Dai era, dark or dim. Dai era, mediocre or dimly lit. Dai ira, bright, and dai ora, very bright or blindingly bright. The qualifiers are highly productive root words that provide ample amounts of vocabulary to the language. One specific construction proved very interesting, being one of 5 liska, followed by the word da, which means axis, and then a qualifier. This construction is used to define points in time and space. Words for space all start with the word an, and the following liska in combination with the word da defines which dimension of space we're talking about. The first dimensional axis is the horizontal one, therefore an aida means horizontal. By adding a qualifier, we can indicate one of 5 points in horizontal space. Anaida ara, extreme left or leftmost, anaida aira, left, anaida era, the center, anaida ira, right, and anaida ora, the extreme right or rightmost. The second axis is the vertical axis, which gives us the words bottom, down, middle, up, and top. The third axis gives us far back, behind, middle, front, and far front. Now, there are more of these axes in the spatial system, but for the purpose of this video, these 3 will do. This particular mechanism can be used, however, for time instead of space also. With the word as for time, we identify one of 5 points in time: the far past, the recent past, the present, the near future, and the far future. This is briefly the content which we covered in videos 1 to 6. In video 7, we tackled the difference between singular and plural in Ælis. The easiest way to pluralize is to simply prefix one of the cardinal numbers. Koremi means cat, aka koremi means 0 cats, aika koremi means 1 cat, eka koremi means 2 cats, and so on. A second possibility for if you can't or won't be so specific as to define a number is when you add one of 5 qualifiers to the number word ka and then attach a noun to it. Ka ara koremi means no cats, ka aira koremi, a few cats, ka era koremi, several cats, ka ira koremi, a lot of cats, and ka ora koremi, all of the cats. The main conclusion of video 7 was that without one of these distinctions, any Ælis word can be and should be understood to be either singular or plural at the same time. Context often provides sufficient information to vouch for the potential ambiguity. Next, we introduced the name symbols of Ælis, which wrap around certain words to indicate that the word is not a proper Ælis word. For example, what you see on screen now is the given name Kevin. If context deems it necessary, you may pronounce these symbols by putting re in front of the name. An important thing to remember from this video is that Ælis does not have the means to describe all sounds of all of the world's languages, so names often need to be transcribed. For example, we might transcribe the name Kathy as Kafi or Rekafi, but according to personal preference, we might as well transcribe it as Kefi or Rekefi. A common thing to do, and a sign of respect or politeness, is to prefix a gender particle to the name, Mare Kevin and Nire Kafi, unless of course it's a woman named Kevin and a man named Kathy. The 9th video in the series named all of the Ælis words for the world's sovereign nations. There is nothing to review for this video much. However, if you would like to learn how to say where you're from in Ælis, I recommend going to this video and finding out what the name of your country is, how it is written, and how it is pronounced. But starting from the 10th video, we tackled some more serious matters as we parted from the word level and focused on sentence structures. Ælis distinguishes only 4 word types for the entire language: topic, agent, patient, and modifier. Drawing a parallel with a case system is something I leave up to you. The topic is a syntactical argument that describes an event, an action, or a situation. The agent is the argument that makes that event happen, initiates or performs the action, or causes the situation. The patient is the argument influenced by the event, targeted by the action, or affected by the situation. And the modifier, finally, is a word type that provides a context for the other 3 word types to take place. Although this Ælis syntax system is very simple and concise when you see it presented like this, it can still be challenging to translate a sentence from your own native language to a combination of these 4 word types. To provide a backbone and help ease the process, we formulated Ælis' sentences as the topic is given by the agent to the patient in a context X. For example, to say the sentence, "My name is Ellen," we say that the name Ellen is given to me. So in Ælis, the sentence contains 2 words, the name Ellen and me. No filler words for the other functions are needed. If we add an agent, my parents, for example, we get the sentence, "My parents call me Ellen." And if we added the past as a context, the sentence switches to the past tense. My parents called me Ellen, or also my parents used to call me Ellen. Now each word type has its own unique prefix to identify the word within the sentence. So in this sentence, ha, the name Ellen, la, parents, ya, me, ir, the past. In Ælis, hare Ellen la te weira ya aini irasta aira. My parents used to call me Ellen. So we are at video 13 meanwhile, where we discuss 2 interesting conjunction words, one of which is this one, M. M can be put in between 2 words to define the former as a noun and the latter as an adjective of that noun. For example, ni weira, a mother, and naira, good. Ni weira em naira, a good mother. The system is pretty transparent like this. Koreba em naira, a good sheep. Koreba em taidayara, a black sheep. Goeli anedaora em taidayara, black rain. Goeli anedaora em ubira, heavy rain, etc. The more difficult connector word of this video is this one, vai, which defines the latter word as a point of reference to the first one. An easy place to start is spatial indications such as anida aira, back, and, for example, te akaira as, a child. By infixing the particle vai, we're comparing the first word to the second, and in this case we can see the first word as a preposition. Anida aira vai teka aira as, behind the child. Anaida ira vai ete, to the right in comparison to you, to your right. We can also use vai in sentences where otherwise a comparison is made. Consider Iram ubaira ha enya aima. The combination iram is used to create adverbs, so Iram ubaira can be understood to mean with little strength or effortlessly. The sentence, effortlessly vision is given to me, then translates to I can see well or I see it well. So the vision is given to me. If we now decide to compare me to something else by means of the connector particle vai, we'll express that the act of vision applies to me more than to that other thing we're going to make the comparison to. So if we say Iram ubaira ha enya aima vai ema, we say I see it better than you do. Notice that in English the comparison is made within the adverbial phrase, better than you do. But in Ælis we compared the 2 people involved directly to one another. So, I, compared to you, see it well. Right? From there on, we talked about how to create subordinate clauses by means of 2 particles we called the sentence bracket. Let's prefix another sentence to our current one. Ya aima ha Eliana ira means good feelings are given to me, or, in proper English, I feel well. Behind that is a modifier particle, ir, and the word for cause or reason, ar. Context of reason simply means because. We then have the particle lai to indicate the start of a subclause, and since we opened a bracket, we have to close it again afterwards. And this is how we create a structure where an entire sentence, our initial sentence, is subordinate to the sentence on the left. Ha Eliana ira ya aima irar lai ira mubaira ha enya aima vai ema yai. I'm glad that I see it better than you do. In video 15 then, we initially didn't say a lot of new things. We went back to analyzing the order of root words more in depth. For example, the word ak an eda consists of 3 words and it means height. Ak means length, an means space, and eda means the second axis, which we'd previously identified as being the axis of verticality. If you look at the first 2 words, you can see the first one as a noun and the second one as its adjective. So akan means spatial length or simply distance. In turn, we can now see the word akan as a noun and eda as its adjective. Vertical distance means height. But if instead we focus on the latter two words first, we can see the space as a noun and the verticality as its adjective. Aneda then means vertical space, which in turn we can see as one adjective to the preceding word ak. Vertically spaced length also means height. So the components of an Ælis word can be seen kind of as a stepladder, and whichever your approach, the meaning of the word remains the same. On the sentence level, this mechanism takes place within one of four word types we identified before: the topic, the agent, the patient, and the modifier. Now, there are a few peculiarities in this system, but for the scope of this revision video, I will leave them out. For more info, I recommend watching video number 15 called The Stepladder Principle. So, back to our four word types. We've already said that not every one of these must be obligatorily present in a sentence, but can they appear more than once in a sentence? Yes, they can. If this happens, like for instance with two topics and two patients, then not only will the first patient refer to both topic A and topic B, but also patient B will refer to both topic A and topic B. For example, if topic A is the age 23 and the topic B the residence Canada, and if patient A is me and patient B a girl named Chloe, then we're saying that I am 23 years old, I am from Canada, Chloe is 23 years old, and Chloe is also from Canada. So in Ælis, ha'eika ku eoha anoai arare kanai ya aima ya nire Chloe means Chloe and I are both 23 and we're both from Canada. Since there are absolutely no rules for word order on the sentence level in Ælis, we're free to switch the position of any of the words without changing the meaning of the sentence. At this point, we introduced a particle called the separator, the particle ta. By inserting ta in the gap, we now break the links between some of the words and create two separate sentences. Ha'eika ku eoia aima, ta ha'anoai arare kanai yanire Chloe means I am 23, Chloe is from Canada. Video 17 taught us all about asking questions. The main idea in this video was that one particular question word, ne, was added to any word in a sentence in order to narrow a question down to one specific part of it. The question particle ne can basically be translated by what or which. An example: Iram di ira means desirably. Hanaina ora means good situation or good context. La aima means by me, and iawete means to you. If we now replace part of the first word by the question particle ne, we'll inquire about the modifier and we want the other person to provide more information about it. Iram ne means which manner, so the sentence Iram ne hanaina ora la aima iawete means how is your situation good because of me? The answer, Iram di ira, desirable manner, or may it be so. If we ask Iram di ira hanaine la aima iawete, we inquire about the situation desirably given by me to you. Which situation, or how is the situation? So, how may your situation be because of me? The answer, hanaina ira, good context. If we say la ne instead of la aima, we basically ask which agent. Therefore, may your situation be good because of whom? The answer, la aima, because of me. And if we replace iawete by yane, we ask to whom is the good context desirably given by me? May whose situation be good because of me? The answer, iawete, to you. Now, video 18 then is not a video worthy of revision either, as it introduced some basic introduction phrases. So if you're interested in saying some small things yourself, I'd recommend watching that video. But the 19th video then had some more difficult things, being these four particles: lo, yo, li, and yi. Let's set up an example with a given name, for example, Carlos or Carlos, and a noun that describes an action, for example, again, visual communication. Ig means language or communication, and en means everything related to vision and sight. So again is everything related to reading and writing. The leftmost of the 4 particles above is called the activity particle. If you place it in between the 2 words, it identifies the latter word as an action and the former word as an argument performing that action. So in this case, Re Carlos loegen. Carlos, who writes. The second particle is called the passivity particle. If you place it between the 2 words, it identifies the latter word as an action and the former word as the argument that is affected by that action. So in this case, Re Carlos ioegen. Carlos, whom is written to, or also, and pay attention now, Carlos, who reads. The difference between reading and writing is expressed not with different words, but by saying whether the argument is intentionally or unintentionally evolved, whether he is the sender or the recipient of the message or action. For the third particle, let's switch the words around. The third particle, li, is called the origin particle. This particle identifies the first word as an action and the second word as the performer of that action. So in this case, egen lire Carlos, writing done by Carlos, written communication done by Carlos, or that which Carlos writes. And in the fourth connector particle, G, which is called the target particle, the activity is again transformed into passivity. Yi defines the first word as an action and the second word as the target of that action. So, egen yere Carlos, writing done to Carlos, that which is written to Carlos, or again, that which Carlos reads. And after 19 videos, you're now here. The 19 previous videos essentially covered the full scope of what the Ælis grammar is all about, but each video only scratched the surface of the respective topics. You may or may not have noticed, but the background colors of the consecutive 19 videos were gradually different, and the 19 previous videos have made a full rotation around the color spectrum. This is why for the following 20 videos I would like to revisit each respective topic from 20 videos earlier, but dig deeper into each respective topic. If you enjoyed watching this video and you would like to know more, you know where the subscription button is. I've also left some links in the description. Hanai na ora. Thank you for watching.